It's Rob!
Tony!
And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you!
And we're going to be playing Rush Warlock today, a very effective, very fast-paced deck. I've tweaked it a little bit to my liking, so if you don't like these tweaks, you can definitely change them out for a more even rushier deck. I've got a deck that just like steadily does better and better and better. It doesn't like blast off and then like fizzle out like a lot of the rush decks do. So the deck list should be on the right, and to just point out right away, I actually have already won 3 games in a row with this deck like we always do in our deck guides, but I wasn't recording because I am retarded. So we're going to see if we can win 3 more on top of our 3-win streak already. So that'll make like 6 wins, right? 3 plus 3 is 6, and 50 minus 13 is 47. God damn 47. That video, man. So this beginning hand doesn't look like a very rush hand at all, right? The only thing that you can see that kind of looks rushy is the egg. But let me tell you, if you can Void Caller and then he ends up killing that Void Caller and you summon a Mal'Ganis on turn 4, that's pretty fucking retardedly awesome. Especially if you got like the Imp Master on the field that gives you, it summons 1/1 imps. Since they're demons, Mal'Ganis can benefit. So if you can do 1 damage to the Imp Master, you'll definitely be buffing your other creatures. Plus your Imp Master gets a bonus anyway. So you'll find there's a lot of synergy in this deck, even with this weird setup. So we'll see how it goes. So we can egg or we can passive. I think passiving right here was the better move, because if we summon the egg, there's nothing we can do. It's not like we can our Defender of Argus it next turn, because that costs 4 and we only have 3 mana. So we were able to sack 2, draw 1. Next turn maybe we can get a 1-drop and we'll play an egg and that 1-drop. Oh shit. I didn't actually think I was going to get a 1-drop. Well, that worked out pretty damn well. There's only 1-drop creature in the deck. Normally there's maybe an Abusive Sergeant in there, but we don't play him because, I don't know, he's okay. He's not a bad card at all, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't find him that effective for my kind of play style. So we still don't have another demon in our hand, which makes it if we play the Void Caller and he kills it, we'll get Mal'Ganis out. Having a Mal'Ganis is really, really nice. That guy's a fucking monster. And then it's even cooler because when you have Mal'Ganis out and you use your passive, you don't take damage. So it's like drawing a card for free every turn. So he's gonna pretty much completely ignore my Void Caller. I would too, until he has maybe like a silence, but I don't think he has one because he's playing the Grim Patron deck or the Grim Patron deck. So I think he's I don't know how much he's gonna do against this deck, because I'm gonna continuously pile drive the field, because next turn we have another egg, we've got another Defender of Argus, we've got an Imp Implosion. If we can draw a Knife Juggler, that'll make it even better. And then if he kills again that Void Caller or we pull a Void Terror out, Mal'Ganis is going to come out and say hey. So this is not looking good for his early game right here, unless you can pull like an Emperor or you get some really nice combo off. I don't see this guy being able to do much. So looking at the deck list to the right, we've got Mortal Coil. This card is pretty much the bread and butter of, or not bread and butter, but it's a staple in any Warlock deck. You'll find this card. It's deal 1 damage. If it kills it, draw 1 card. So this is super effective at getting rid of, like let's say you play a rush deck, the Leper Gnome or Leper Gnome, it automatically goes 1 for 1 and then you draw 1, so it's a 2 for 1. And also it's just good at finishing off cards if they're low. From there, we've got the Power Overwhelming. This card is absolutely a staple in any rush deck, almost in any Warlock deck for that matter, because it's a 1-drop plus 4/4, and we'll get onto that shortly. But let me just finish this turn real quick. So we can attack with the egg. We'll do the Mortal Coil, like I was just stating. It finishes off cards. We'll be able to draw 1. We'll be able to throw down the Imp Master. Is that even his name? Imp Gang Boss. We're just going to call him Imp Master, because he's a master of imps. I think I called him Imp Master already. Ouch. Rip. So we've got a pretty nasty field going on right here. So he's going to have some sort of brawl or something going on. So if he brawls right now, even if he brawls, I'll be able to get Mal'Ganis out and 2 4/4s. Okay. Wow, if he has Brawl, then he kills my Void Terror. Oh, God. If he has fucking Brawl, that's bullshit. Wow. That's one faggot play. I'm sorry. That's one annoying play. At least we got something out of it, right? Ugh. What a fucking asshole. Alright, whatever. We'll make do with it. Okay, so we're going to play off on this. We're going to still be able to do 8 damage. At least we got still some creatures on the field. If they have above 3 attack, that's all that matters, because the Grims, if they take advantage of rush decks, because most of the cards either have like 1 or 2 attack, and they can just keep attacking and keep multiplying. So it's definitely hard to get past that. Ooh, the Lord Jaraxxus, that's going to be helpful. So from here, we can just deal 3 damage to that. We'll summon 3 imps. We'll attack directly, I think. Yeah, we'll kill that with that and attack directly, because we didn't want it killing either of our 3/5s or our 5/5s, and dealing 2 damage isn't really worth it, being able to kill one of our bigger guys with taunt. And right now, we pretty much have every demon on the field besides 1. So if he plays anything too dumb, we can deal 2 damage to everything on the field. Sorry, I was in the midst of a yawn. So from here, we could Lord Jaraxxus, or we could have Iron Beaked Owl. If we would have Iron Beaked, how much damage would have that been? 8, 9, 10, 11? Nah, it wouldn't have been game. So I'd rather have Lord Jaraxxus out when I have the field advantage, so I can just from here just continuously pump out the 6/6s every turn. Because having a 6/6 every turn for the price of 2 mana is really hard to beat. Like, once Lord Jaraxxus comes out, if you can't kill that guy within a couple turns, or like my character, it's really hard to come back from that. Alright, so heading back over to Power Overwhelming and talking about that +4/4/4/1. This really works out great if you use it on the Newborn Egg. If you use it on a character you're going to be Void Terroring, the imps that come out of Imp Explosion, the imps that come out of Imp Gang Boss. I mean, there's so many creatures you can put that +5/5 on to make it so you're not really losing anything, and it's a huge beater whether you're going to kill a creature or attack them directly. So from here, we're just going to, of course, passive summon our mighty 6/6. We don't have a demon, so summoning or playing Void Caller is kind of pointless. I doubt it can be game. We've got 6, we've got 10, and then we've got the 3 damage in our hand. So this isn't going to be game, but it's going to be close to game. So from here, we're probably just going to end our turn. There's nothing to silence. I'm not going to deal 2 damage to everything on the field. I could have Dark Bomb, attacked the 5/5, and then Mortal Coiled it. That would have been a lot smarter than doing nothing, I suppose, to at least get rid of that creature. But I kind of wanted to save Dark Bomb to use it directly. That's what I was thinking. Sorry for the yawns. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, trying to get these guides out for you guys since I haven't been doing it for a while. And I believe the next deck we have going is Ramp Druid. So before this deck was the Grim deck, which is what this warrior is playing. We've got our Warlock, which is here. And we're going into Ramp Druid. From there, I think we might play a Paladin or maybe a Rogue. I haven't played a Rogue in a long time. And it looks like he gave up. So this is another win in our book. With this, I think this is the 4th win in a row with this deck. Let's see if we can go for 2 more. And we'll be able to get that rank 7. That'll be pretty cool, right? Alright, so talking more about this deck, we've got the Soulfire. Normally people play 2 of these. I don't have room to play 2 because every other card in this deck is really important. I mean, you could get rid of the Void Terror, but that guy is just awesome. I mean, if you can pull a good combo out with the Void Terror. Oh god, stop yawning. And he doesn't get silenced, the guy's broken. So we're playing against a Hunter, which is obviously going to be a Rush Hunter. I'm going to get rid of the Doom Guard and the Imp Implosion. We're going to keep the Knife Juggler and Dark Bomb. Actually, no, let's keep the Imp Implosion. Oh, shit, we should have gotten rid of it. I was like, alright, let's keep it because the Knife Juggler, if the Knife Juggler can live, the Imp Implosion will do work. Along with the Imp Implosion giving us a bunch of 1/1s, which will kill his 1/1s. So it, like, worked out pretty well if we would have only gotten 1. But we got 2. And then we drew a Doom Guard, the other card I got rid of in my hand. Okay. I need a sip of water for this. I can't even, Steven. Okay. Leaper or leper gnome or leaper gnome, however the hell you want to call it. I call her leaper gnome, but it's a leper gnome. Oh wait, I know it's a leper gnome, but I call him leaper. He's very sprightly. He's very leapy. You gotta understand that. We're gonna, of course, dark bomb the juggler. If we would have played ours, he would have just killed it with his 2/1. And Hunter having a juggler is very, very scary. If there's a juggler on the field and you're playing if you're playing a rush deck and you're going against a knife juggler and he plays it, you kill that motherfucker. That's the first target you ever kill. That guy is absolutely insane. I've seen more combos and more craziness out of a knife juggler than any other fucking card in this entire game. Okay, so the golem. Oh man, this guy will be able to coin and imp implosion that guy next turn. So hopefully we can hit higher than a 2, but at least we can kill him. At least we know we can kill him. So do more than 2. Okay, fuck, it did 2. But either way, if it did 2, our 1/1s will be able to kill his 2/1. And if he plays anything else, holy shit, what the fuck am I yawning? And I'm not, I mean, I'm tired, but I'm not yawn tired all the time. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Like, my body's like every 2 seconds. It's just like, stop. Okay. So Dark Bomb, this is your half a fireball. Instead of a 4-drop, it's a 2-drop, and it deals 3 damage instead of 6. So it's literally, it should be called half a fireball. Or it could be called a frostbolt, but it doesn't. That's really annoying. It's the same cost, and it does the same damage as frostbolt, but it doesn't freeze. It should be like Dark Bomb, deal 3 damage. If it lives, deal 1 damage the following turn or some shit like that. Make it like actually better than a frostbolt, or at least the same par as a frostbolt. Come on. So that turn, you saw me, I silenced his 1/2 or silenced his spider because he's not gonna be playing anything big besides maybe a Sylvanas or Sylvana High Main or whatever the hell you call that card, and he ain't playing that shit until next turn, and I don't think he has it. He only has 4 cards in hand, and most of them have been pretty rushy so far. We've got the Knife Juggler and the Imp Implosion for next turn if he plays anything that we want to kill. It looks like we're doing all right. We've got field advantage, we've got card advantage. From here, we'll be able to get that life advantage. So what does it bring out? It brings out the 4/4 with taunt. This isn't a big deal at all. This is pretty much, that's the best thing it could have done. If he would have summoned the 4/2, that would have been a little bit bigger deal. But right now, we can Knife Juggler, Imp Implosion, that the 4/4. Hopefully, we can deal at least 3 to 4 damage to it. If we deal 2 damage to it again, we're just having bad luck today, boys. 4 damage to it. Oh boy, that was actually a mistake. We should have attacked with one of our creatures, killing it, so if it did pull a 4 out of its ass, we could have done another damage with the Knife Juggler, because right now it only summoned 3, which was unfortunate. So next turn, if something dies, we'll be able to Doom Guard and attack with everything. So we pretty much have that planned out. Moving down from Dark Bomb to our Ironbeak Owl, this is a silence. So if, let's say you're playing against a Druid, or he plays playing against a Druid and he's got a lot of taunts, or your opponent uses a Sledge Belcher, it definitely just gets that out of the way for you so you can keep attacking directly. Or if they just have a crazy card with an ability that you know needs to be silenced, that's what it's there for. It's a backup plan. From there, we've got the Knife Juggler. This is bread and butter in any rush deck, especially the Knife Juggler in this deck with the Imp Implosion is an absolutely fantastic combo. Okay, so he's trying to go for face. Wow. He's a rank 8 hunter, and he just kill commanded and pinged. I mean, pinging is okay, but he kill commanded without the beast in his hand. And why I did that, I did 4 damage and then Doom Guarded, because if I know, it would have discarded one of the Doom Guards no matter what. And if I would have played Doom Guard, it would have discarded 2. So you might as well deal the extra 4 damage anyway, because it would have gotten rid of the other 2 if I would have just played Doom Guard. So just be careful when playing Doom Guard and Soulfire, and make sure that's what you want to do before you do it, because easily you can be, oh, I want to play Doom Guard, it gets rid of 2 cards in your hand, it's like shit. Oh, or I can Soulfire, get rid of 1. Obviously, if they're both Doom Guards, you're going to keep 1 Doom Guard, so you're going to be able to attack with the other one. So, I mean, that wasn't super buildy science-y, like, oh, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, but it's just be cautious about what you're doing before playing cards that definitely discard your hand. So he has no, I don't want to say he's a terrible hunter, but he was definitely not a very good hunter, and he got me down to 5 health. So I think maybe Rush Hunter, maybe the next deck we're going to be going over after Ramp Druid. So he gave up. That's 5 wins in a row with this deck now, because we were already on the win streak. Let's see if we can go for fucking 6 games in a row, and that would give us to that sweet, oh, we already hit rank 7, how fantastic. So let's see if we can almost get to rank 6 pretty much, and then we'll pick up from there with our next deck, probably losing a couple, because I play, when I build a deck and I start testing it, I play in ranked. I don't go to casual to play the decks I'm using. I go into ranked because obviously if I play a deck and it's not effective, it's going to lose in ranked. It's going to get its ass kicked. So I figure that's the best way to test decks out, right? Why would you play casual with decks you're testing and not the actual thing? So you don't know if a test works until you try it. So we'll go from there. I kept the Mal'Ganis in my hand in hopes to maybe get a Void Caller. I don't see it in my hand right now, but we do have good early game, which is nice. So we're going to start off the Leper Gnome, or the Leaper Gnome is what I like to call it, and then our turn. So heading down to more 2-drops, we've got the Numeran Egg right below the Knife Juggler. This is absolutely a staple in any rush deck. When it's a 0-2, and when it dies, it summons a 4-4. But remember, you can power overwhelming it. You can put it next to a Void Terror, or you can make it or put it next to a Defender of Argus and give it a buff and taunt, so they have to go through it. So really, the only way to get around that card is if they silence it. That's the only way for them to get around the card. Eventually, it will die, whether you kill it with your guys or whether you use Demonic Wrath and it does 2 damage to everything on the field. It will die as long as they don't silence it, and you will get that 4-4, which makes it worth. From there, we have Demonic Wrath. This was recently replaced with Hellfire was replaced, or this card replaced Hellfire. That's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of hard to speak and figure out what's the best move to do at the same time. But this card replaced Hellfire. Hellfire did 3 damage to everything on the field, including heroes. And then the Demon Wrath does 2 damage to every non-demon creature on the field. So considering this deck is mostly demons, I think it works out quite well. So as you can see here, we put down the Void Terror right next to the Egg. It's going to become a 3-5, and we're going to get a 4-4 out of the deal. So this is why the Egg is very awesome, and a lot of people stop playing Terror, but I think stop playing him completely would be silly because he's really good. A silence does shut him down, but then they're wasting a silence on him instead of a Knife Juggler or another Egg, or maybe just you know, just other cards that they could silence, and they just silence him instead. And I normally don't make this guy too big. I don't waste everything in my hand to buff the Void Terror. I just buff him enough to make him annoying, so they either want to use their CC to get rid of him, or they're just going to take a good amount to the face if they don't. So he's going to Shield Slam, I'm assuming the 4-4. Yep, that's right. So from here, we're going to kill off. We can attack for 3, or we can kill his Alkalite and make him so he only draws 1. Ouch. Alright. So this is unfortunate. We're going to kill off his 3-3 and attack for 5. And the reason I did that is because it's getting to turn 5 here, and we haven't done a lot of damage to him at all. Next turn, if he doesn't kill these 2 cards on the field, I'll be able to defend of Argus both of them and attack directly, which will be a lump sum of damage. So as long as he doesn't have Execute, I think we'll be alright. Okay. Alright, so we'll be alright. So let's sack 2, draw 1. We got the Imp Gang Boss, so we're going to throw down the boss. We're going to swing for another 5. We could have killed the Armor Smith, which might have been something would have been good. But if he has Execute in his hand, he's going to attack with one of his creatures to deal damage to it anyway, which would kill them in response. So I think trying to knock out his health right now, it would be good. And there's this Sludge Belcher. Like I said, if we had the Iron Beak, it would definitely make that thing not very relevant. No Iron Beak Owl. We can Dark Bomb it and then Imp Gang Boss, or we can just kill it off with our Doom Guard, or we can Demonic Wrath Oh shit, that was a mistake. Whoops, yeah, we could have Demonic Wrath, killed his 2/2, brought this guy down to 3/3, killed it with the Imp Gang, and then attack the other one with our Doomguard. But now we're in a little bit of a pickle. It's whatever. And now we can kill off his Armorsmith. So this didn't work out bad. We still were able to play our Demonic Wrath. We just didn't... Our 2/3 took damage, but we were able to clear his entire field, so that was good. As long as he doesn't have a brawl or something crazy like that, I think we'll be alright. Okay, so heading down on the deck list, we've got the Imp Gang Boss. This guy is a relatively new card. He replaced... I don't know who this guy replaced exactly, but I know he's a really good card. Just for the fact that he's a 3-drop, right? And he's a 2/4, I believe. And he summons 1/1 Imp whenever he takes damage. Hold on one second. If we hit that for 1, hit that, attack directly with this. And if this guy, if we Imp Implosion, we have enough for an Imp Implosion and a Dark Bomb. But if we Demon Wrath, then we can just Demon Wrath and Dark Bomb. So let's see what these bombs hit. Nice. That was probably the best solution we could have had there. Nice. So again, he's going to take 9 more damage next turn. Actually 11 if you count the 2/1/1s. So, and we're going to be able to Lord Jaraxxus, which is the whole this deck doesn't run out of steam thing, like I said. Normally rush decks definitely run out of steam, and it's just like after that huge lump you make it over, it's just like, ouch, what do we do from here? So from here we can Lord Jaraxxus, or we can kill the 4/3. This is going to be a hard case. I think we might Lord Jaraxxus and then use our imps to sacrifice into the 4/3 and then swing directly with the 5. And then, yeah. Yeah, we'll attack directly, of course, and then we'll use our imps to sacrifice into that 4/3, and then in hopes he doesn't deal 15 damage in one turn to us. He did gain a decent amount of armor from the Armorsmith, but I'm not really worried about it because I am going to definitely be taking control of the field starting with next turn. Alright, so heading down, we've got the Void Terror. I've been over why this guy is great. You can play 2 of these if you really want. Like the past seasons, the Warlock Rush has revolved around the Void Terror and making him huge. I haven't played another Warlock to play a Void Terror in a while, so when I play him, I'm kind of like, heh, bringing back the past, Yugi boy. Imp Implosion, this is definitely one of the newer cards. This with the Knife Juggler works out just absolutely great. I mean, if you have 2 Knife Jugglers out and you deal 4 damage with this, it turns into a Ragnaros, because it'll deal 8 damage to random shit around the field. And it looks like he was able to play some big shit. Oh my god, but unfortunately, we have a Soulfire and a Dark Bomb in our hand, so all we have to do is Dark Bomb and Soulfire and the game is over. That is our 3rd win in a row. We are now at 6 wins in a row with this deck. This deck is, again, very effective, very fucking cheap, and it's not too hard to play. You guys should definitely be able to do it. So finishing off this deck, we've got the Defender of Argus. This guy works really well, making sure if you're playing another rush deck to stop them so they can't attack you directly, but it also gives you guys a nice buff. So just remember to use this card to give your Newborn Egg that 1/3, or if you want to make your Knife Juggler a little bit more beefier, or maybe you just want the imps that come off of Imp Gang Boss, the 1/1s, you want to make those not so fucking puny. You give those 2/2s that can't attack Imp Gang Boss. Maybe you have a Knife Juggler on the field as well. And remember, the Imp Gang Boss and the Knife Jugglers do really well together, because when it summons a new imp, it'll also deal 1 damage. So there's a lot of synergy in this deck, just like the Grim deck. Heading down, we've got the Void Caller. This works very, very well at summoning your Doomguard, your Lord Jaraxxus, and your Mal'Ganis. Don't be scared to summon Lord Jaraxxus just on his own. I mean, a 315 doesn't sound like it's that great, but it's a huge wall if you put that next to a Defend of Argus. He turns into a 416. That's so hard for your opponent to get past if they don't have some form of Polymorph, Hex, Execute. And a lot of these decks now aren't running as much CC as they used to, just because of the meta that we're in. So I mean, if your Void Caller happens to summon the Lord Draxus on his own, it's not the end of the world. Mal'Ganis is a bit better, but again, not too bad. Heading down to Doomguard, this guy, play him hopefully with your Void Caller. If you can't, remember that he discards those 2 cards, and you just want to make sure that you can withstand losing 2 cards out of your hand to maybe him dying next turn, which would really put the card advantage not in your favor. Lord Draxus and Mal'Ganis aren't normally in any sort of rush deck, but I put them in here to make sure your deck doesn't run out of steam, or this deck doesn't run out of steam. You don't have to have these guys. If you really want, you can replace these 2 with a Abusive Sergeant. The deck won't run as smoothly, I think, but it'll definitely still run fine. You'll still win, and you'll still be able to get to a really nice rank. So hopefully you've enjoyed this deck guide. If you've got any questions or comments, comments or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed it, leave that like. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe, of course. So with all this said, thanks for stopping by the end like always. I'm Rob, and happy whatever the hell day it is.